Good evening. How y'all doing? Jacqueline, good evening. Welcome. I see Miss Karen Porter is in the house this evening. Always good to see you. Miss Jones, good evening to you. Sexy Grandma, good evening to you also. Ashley Jones, good evening. Miss Robin Wilson, good evening. Thank you for tuning in as well. Ashley Jones, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Tracy Taylor, good evening to you. Glad you tuned in tonight. Faithful Miss Chapman is in the house. Good evening to you. Linda Duncan, hello. Sandy Miller, good evening to you. The one and only Hot Pink is in the house tonight to keep law and order. I owe you big time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Felicia, good evening to you. T.I. Trigger the Rabbit, I know I didn't say it right. Good evening to you as well. There's Lisa Robertson. Welcome. I trust and hope that you all have had a great day. I have. Believe it or not, I really got some good rest today because I don't do it often, but I lay down in the bed and watch TV for a while today. And normally I don't lay down in the daytime, but I was extremely tired and I needed some rest. And I enjoyed myself today. I did. I did. It was a long time coming. Miss Lewis, welcome to tonight's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. Love you big time. There is Tasha Bridges. Good evening. Welcome. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna try not to go over my time for the sake of my voice. So I have 30 minutes tonight. I don't know if it's gonna work out that way. I hope, but I have to let my voice rest some. But I've been told that 100 million times by doctors, and I can't never quite get there. It has been a very, very disturbing day. Oh, before I forget, uh, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Bill Withers, he passed away today from heart problems. I think he was 81 or 88, somewhere along that, but had a lot of hits back in the day and stuff. So we sent out our condolences to his family. There is Roser's daughter is in the house. It amazes, boy. I promise you, I'm trying to feel better. I thank you big time. Thank you for your genuine concern. Okay, Hot Pink is asking or probably telling you all to do something, and I'm going to agree with her on that. So whatever you all see Hot Pink is asking you to do, I think you should do it. Just me. Just me. Okay. Um, another bad day in the United States for the coronavirus. The numbers are still going up. It's not getting any better. To be honest with you, it's getting worse. Karen, I am. And tonight, once this finished, I'm going to try and get me some rest. Okay, there's a call. Let's see who we have on the line before we get started this evening. Good evening, caller. You're live on air. What's your name and what state are you calling from this evening? Hello, Jack.
Yeah, guys, the masculine, muscular, good-looking lumberjack bear.
Okay, not today, Jack. Go jack off. Um, Let's get started. Uh, there is a doctor from Harvard University who is working with, I think, the White House Centers for Disease Control and maybe the World Health Organization. What they're trying to do is to come up with a point system. Um, and what the point system does when it comes to the coronavirus is uh, they sit down and based upon your situation when it comes to being infected with the coronavirus, uh, basically, let's just say they're flipping a coin. Uh, who deserves to live and who we need to go ahead and let die. That's an ugly way of putting it, but ugly or not, that's what they're doing. Um, I kind of understand, but because I understand, I don't necessarily agree with it. I think we should try to fight for every life that's been infected with this virus. Um, and I don't think we would really be in this predicament if Trump and his administration had acted when they first learned of the virus. Good evening, caller. You okay. Listen, now's a bad time to call me. I'm sure you're probably lonely and you may be, I know you're male, but you may be sexually attracted to me. And that's okay. I understand. I'm not mad at you. But listen, I don't do men. So you can sit here and watch, but don't call back. If you want to masturbate, go ahead. Do what you feel you need to do because you're desperately seeking some kind of attention. Good evening.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what we're going to do tonight. We have a serious issue that we need to discuss. So we're not going to do the phone call thing tonight. We're going to let him rest and stuff. He's just horny. I can't say I understand because that's not the way I respond to people. My wife, if I'm horny, I just know what to do. But who knows? He might be in the hospital, and stuff. And I just turn him on. Okay. Tabitha Abraham, good evening. As always, I'm glad you are on the live feed tonight. Illinois is in the house. Perkins, good evening. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Okay, the point system, basically, they decide who needs to live and who we should just go ahead and let die. You can find the full article on politics.com. I think that's it. Now, New York are telling EMTs not to bring unresponsive patients to the hospital. If they're not responding, they're dead or they're about to die, don't bring them to the hospital. There's nothing we can do for them. I don't agree with that at all, but I understand, but it doesn't mean that I agree with it. There have been people in the past who heart rate was so low it couldn't be detected, and they were pronounced dead, but later would wake up. Agree with what they are doing. New Orleans is higher when it comes to the coronavirus, people being infected. New Orleans, Louisiana is higher than the rest of the country right now. A New Jersey firefighter died at age 33 from the coronavirus. To all medical staff first responders, we love you big time. Uh, we salute you. We appreciate the work you do. I know it's dangerous every day for you, but even more so now because you're dealing with a deadly virus and you're risking your life and your family's life. And you, in my opinion, you have to have a heart for what you do uh, to continue to do it. You have to. I don't. I'm just not that strong. I probably wouldn't, you know. But we salute you because if we did not have first responders and medical personnel, doctors and nurses and others, you think it's bad now. Just for a few seconds, try to visualize what it would really be like if we lose the majority of health officials. There's nobody to help us. There's nobody to save us. So they should be commanded 365 days of the year. They've worked on a minute, they saved a minute, and some, they lost. I don't think we give them enough attention, but I know here in Shreveport, in Bossier City, a group of people got together in their vehicles and they went to the Willis Night in Bossier City, Louisiana. Everybody stayed in their cars for the most part, and they just held up posters and blew their horns, telling them, "Thank you. We gratefully appreciate the work you do," because uh, the work they are now doing, a lot of them are doing it without any protective gear or very little protective gear. So we have to give a shout out to them. Tonight, briefly, we're going to look at the timeline of the coronavirus. We're going to look at where they said the virus originated from. Now, to be mindful that just because they said it came from China does not necessarily mean it came from China. And I know y'all think I'm crazy because I never go against the experts when I think they're telling the truth. But the things that we have been pulling up, I'm not so sure it started there. I'm not. One thing I'm sure of, um, and nobody would probably agree with me on this, but I would go to my grave thinking this: the coronavirus didn't just enter into the United States. It did. It did. There's nothing anyone can tell me, show me any stats to say, yes, it arrived here on this day. You can say what the hell you want to say because we can play with numbers all day long. That doesn't mean you're right because you say it's right. I think it's impossible for, as I told you, I think last night, for this virus to have spread the way it spread. In a matter of days, it had hit every 50 states. Didn't miss a beat. It didn't miss a beat. So here's what I think happened. I think we know that the White House was advised on this about this issue last year, 2019, as early as November, December. Okay, if I had to erase, I would put it on the chalkboard. We're going to erase November. We're going to erase December. I'm going to go back to maybe benefit of the doubt. This is not a fact. It's my opinion. It's not a fact. My opinion. Hypothetically, it was here in March of last year. Now, did they know it was here? Maybe. Maybe not. Anytime I speak, I try to make sure I can give you some kind of proof or somewhere to go to even verify the things that I'm saying, because I'm not always right, you're not always wrong. And if I said something and you found out I was wrong on it, let me know. I don't care if you call or email me or let me know during a live feed. Until the day I die, I'm still teachable. but I try to make sure I got my facts together before I come. But be mindful, facts change. Facts change. Now, here's what I think happened last year. I think a lot of people that had coughs, high fevers, shortness of breath, many were probably diagnosed as having the flu or pneumonia, and they died. And that's what we went on. That's what they told the family. Death certificate, complications of pneumonia, complications of the flu. Okay, Miss Jackson says she has some information she needs to email me. Yes, it's investigationscott@gmail.com. Investigationscott@gmail.com. Please email that to me. So, if you would exhume a lot of bodies that died because of the flu or pneumonia, I believe you will find that probably 8 out of 10 died from the coronavirus. I'm a doctor. I can't see nothing else but this. So that's what I call it as. If you have to get a second opinion, sometimes when you have been given some bad news from the doctor, then I don't find it anything wrong with questioning what the medical examiner said was the cause of death sometimes, because they can get it wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Not at all. Now, you may believe this and you may not. When it comes to China, I don't trust them. I don't. The things they're saying now about their numbers decreasing, I don't believe it. How do we know China is telling the truth? We don't. We just absolutely, well, Trump would probably agree with, uh, what they said, but the coronavirus, and this information is coming from the New York Times, surfaced in a Chinese seafood market last year. And right when they found out what it was, at least 171 countries had the virus and had sickened more than 38,000 people in a matter of weeks. In a matter of weeks. Now, I want you to pay close attention to this story. For days, an individual in China had felt like they had a cold. They had a high fever between 102 and 105. This is in China. And he could not understand why he wasn't getting any better. So after 4 days, the gentleman went to the hospital, and the doctor told him he had a form of viral pneumonia without offering specifics. The individual was 42, was hospitalized, then transferred to another facility and quarantined with other patients who had similarities to what's going on with him. He was one of 59 people in central city of Wuhan, China, who had been sickened by pneumonia-like illnesses. cause of which is unclear. Well, to make a long story short, they diagnosed a lot of people with the flu and pneumonia, but they would later find out that wasn't it. It was the coronavirus. So that is another reason I strongly believe that coronavirus didn't just show up in the United States. All states, this is my opinion, all states, all 50 states should have a stay-at-home order. All 50 states. I go a little further. All 50 states should be immediately put on lockdown. Nobody likes it. It's a lot of things we don't like in life. Well, shit happens. You got to deal with it. This is, like it or not, this is the new norm. I think I said it last night. New York cannot lock down, and California lock down, and Ohio lock down, but Louisiana don't, and Mississippi don't, and Florida don't. Okay, it's not going to work. It's going to get worse. We all must be on one accord. Everything must stop. Everything must stop. Dr. Fauci also said the exact same thing, that the United States should be put on lockdown. Trump doesn't agree. A lot of officials do agree that we need to be put on immediate lockdown. When we're leaving homes, I went out to do something in the truck today. I cannot go out without gloves and a mask. I'm just going right to the truck. I got to mask up. I have to protect me. So we learned 2 days ago, they added some more symptoms that we didn't know about. You can also get the virus by talking and breathing. Good evening, Miss Campbell. Welcome. Okay, Nicole says we're not even locked down in California. We just have a curfew. Okay, Bridges I'm in Ohio, and we can't go to the liquor store. Okay. It needs to be a lockdown. It does. It needs to be a lockdown in every state, because there's another phase of the coronavirus on the way. And Dr. Fauci says it's going to be worse than what we have now. But we're ready for this one when it comes. Now, he lied. We will not be ready for this one because we haven't attacked this one. So the one that's coming, we're not ready for. We're not. We cannot sit here and play little children games and say that we're ready, when statistics tells us we're not ready. When statistics tells us, and when governors tells us that the federal government is doing something close to nothing to help the problem, we cannot be ready for the next one. When Trump comes on TV before the mics and the cameras and said, this is the state's problem, every governor, they should have been ready for this here. I don't know what goddamn manual this pink bitch is fucking reading from, but that's not the way it works. They need to handle their own. No, bitch, you shouldn't be in the goddamn White House because you don't know what the fuck to do. Or you just don't give a fuck. I'm off. No, you are federal government. Oversee the shit. Ventilators running out. Beds running out. Staff running out. But we're ready. Oh, we're doing fine. The numbers are dropping and stuff. It's not dropping. It's not dropping. It's getting worse. Now, the Centers for Disease Control today said it's not mandatory, but they wanted it to be, that all Americans should not come out of their homes without a mask. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said this. Trump, I don't think it's necessary. I'm not going to wear one. I feel fine. We don't give a fuck if you don't feel fine, bitch. Nobody likes you. We want you to feel terrible. But that's not the way you address the American people. Say, I feel fine. So, as they said on CNN, so are you making fun of the ones that sick? You feel fine. Nothing about this cat is presidential. Nothing. It's bad enough they withheld the evidence. But now you come before us and you withhold aid, help, because you can do it. When governors don't act accordingly to your standards, which simply means to, Mr. President, how you doing? Mr. President, want your pink ass kiss? Mr. President, I just gonna do it for you. When they don't do that, you don't like them. No one that stands up to you, you don't like them because you cannot handle them because they're gonna buck your ass and they're gonna call your ass. They're gonna read your ass outright and they're gonna expose you for who you are. A little boy, you suffer from very low self-esteem. I don't give a damn how much fucking money you got. Bitch, you miserable. You are the only president in history that comes to the mic and pats his own goddamn self on the back, knowing you hadn't done a goddamn thing. And now this is the governor's problem. No, bitch, it's the White House problem. So once again, you tell the American people, fuck y'all. Deal with your own goddamn issues and shit. We don't have to do a goddamn thing. You have a stockpile. A stockpile. We don't need to go there yet. We don't need to go there. If we do, they need 14,000 ventilators. We'll send 400 and see how that works. And if they need some more, they call us. So what is he doing? He's killing people. Trump and his administration, I'm serious, so help me God, should be arrested for homicide. I'm so fucking serious because they knew about this, didn't do nothing. And now they're still not doing nothing. They come before the mic with outright fucking goddamn lies, and you blame you. I might be the only somebody tonight feel this way, but governors are doing more for their people than the federal government is doing. And that's wonderful, but embarrassing and wrong at the same time. Don't come out in a mask. How can you tell the American people not to do that? You're asking for them to come out buck ass naked and get infected, and we're running out of beds. We're running out of ventilators. And when you send some ventilators, those motherfuckers don't work. They got to be worked on. Well, meanwhile, Sister Sarah just died because she didn't have a working ventilator. So what do we do? What do we do when we don't know what to do? Governors are tired of begging. They're tired of seeing people in their states die when, to be honest with you, they don't have to die. If we would do the right thing and put politics on the back burner. Linda Duncan says we have finally made it into the last days. You know what? I've said this before and I'm saying it again. I am terribly scared. Serious, I'm scared. Every time I go out that door, I don't know what I'm gonna run into. I don't. And just talking to anybody, I can get it. breathing, I can get it. But Dr. Fauci said that's not it. That's not all of it. He says there's something else we're missing. And that's why it continues to spread, because what we're missing could be the antidote to slow this thing down or to stop it. But we don't know what it is. And so since we don't know what it is, you can't fix a problem if you don't know what a problem is at. You can't. You're fighting a losing battle. You can't win. Today in Texas, a report came out said 15% of Texans have been diagnosed with coronavirus. Currently, there are over 5,000 people who have tested positive for the coronavirus. 827 of them have been hospitalized. 91 have died. Two more Houston sheriff employees have tested positive for the coronavirus. 178 employees are currently quarantined, awaiting results on whether or not they have the virus. But this is probably going to be a conspiracy theory to some. But let's look at Dr. Fauci and someone who has came up missing that has a major role in the coronavirus. Secret Service is protecting the doctor because he continues to receive death threats. Why is he receiving death threats? Well, the number one reason is he's going against what Trump said. They want him to agree with Trump. Won't. He's begged the federal government to put the United States on lockdown. This man is an expert. He didn't just start doing this overnight. He's worked with presidents from both parties. When he talks, people listen because he's an expert. Trump is not. But he's not listening to him. The doctor says, we haven't seen hell yet. It's on the way. The doctor also says he has asked the federal government to issue a stay-at-home order throughout the United States. They said no. Illinois' governor said his state does not have enough tests for coronavirus. He also said right now, the testing supplies, the swabs, everything about the tests are very difficult to come by. And there is no federal plan for this. So every state is on their own. As I said, it's a wild, wild west thing. We're out here by ourselves. And they are. Federal government is not helping governments. So when they don't help governments to address this deadly virus, I don't know about you all, but here's what it says to me. We don't give a fuck about y'all. Die. I want you to know that this will end in 10 days. I have a hunch. Well, to heaven be the glory that we don't act out on a hunch when it comes to something as serious as this. We deal with facts, Trump. Facts, not a hunch. We don't. He is so geared up to save the economy in hopes of sitting in the White House another 4 years. So lie to the American people. and tell them it's getting better. We're going to put this on the governors. They should have had all what they needed on hand. Read the book, dude. Don't work like that. It just doesn't. It doesn't. And we thank God for social media because now more people are getting involved into what's going on. And they can fact check your ass. And they know you're lying. So when you come and you sit in the White House and you lie to the American people, I have no respect for you. Respect is never given. Respect is always earned. From day one, you have not earned my respect because you're a crook, you're a racist, or you're a narcissist, and above all, you're a liar. And you're not good at it. You're not good at that, and you're not good at being president of the United States. So you may need to look at some things that you might be good at. Maybe grabbing pussy. I don't know. But this White House thing, it's just not working out. It's just not. So over 1 million people are now worldwide infected with coronavirus. I think Sunday, I think it's the state of New York, is doomsday. That's the day they will run out of, I think, ventilators or beds. I got in late again, like always. I'm missing some of my notes, but I think it's New York that is considered doomsday for them. The state of Michigan, their governor declared a disaster due to the coronavirus. Now, let's look at a lady who might be missing, and then she might not be missing, but she is very, very important to what's going on. 2 reports came out about the lady. I'm trying to pull it up now. Okay. A whistleblower, coronavirus doctor at Wuhan hospital, mysteriously disappears. Mysteriously disappears. The Chinese doctor who claimed her bosses tried to silence her early warnings about the coronavirus appears to have disappeared, stirring fears that she was detained, according to new reports. She pointed out to the hospital cases of the illness, and they told her basically to be quiet. They didn't want the information to get out. Well, another post came, I think, on April Fool's Day. Allegedly, it was the doctor. She said, April Fool, I was playing, I'm still here. Unless I missed something that has yet to be proven. Now, sometimes you can know too much. And sometimes what you don't know will kill you. You remember coming up as children, what you don't know won't hurt you. Well, we got older. That's a goddamn lie. They said sticks and stones may break our bones. Names will never hurt us. We got older. That's a goddamn lie because you can set some names and make people ball up in a fetal position and just cry their eyes out. Gail Lewis said people are still hanging out, and it's dangerous. Exactly. And I think everybody that's hanging out should be hanging out, should be arrested. I don't give a damn where you put them. Put them in the goddamn woods because you're not helping the problem. You're making it worse. Nobody likes to be tied down, locked down. You don't. But this is the new norm. And this is what must be done. If you think it's bad now, if you don't heed the warnings, we might soon, and I think we need to get a United States lockdown. And I agree with Bill Gates when he says for 6 to 10 weeks, the United States need to be on lockdown. In a few more days, experts are saying hell is going to break loose. May is going to be worse than April. And June is said to be worse than May. These are the experts saying it's not the White House. They study this, they do this for a living. I think I would listen to them before I listen to Trump. Now, if the doctor here is still missing, well, she might be dead. This virus did not enter into the United States just a few weeks ago. I just don't believe it. I could be wrong, but I just don't believe it. It's moving too fast. Trump administration recently told experts and governors, stop reporting the numbers. We shouldn't be reporting the numbers. You have the American people in a state of panic. I don't know what's wrong with reporting the numbers. When you say you don't want us to know the numbers, I'm curious as to what the fuck are you trying to hide? You know it's going to get worse than what it is today. So that's why you don't want us to have the numbers. So I guess it's not enough that you're lying to the American people about what's going on and what's not going on. Now you don't want them to see the numbers. So that way you can come and fold the mics and say, we have a great report today and stuff, and I told y'all, but you didn't listen to that stuff. See, I mean, I'm an expert at this here. It's over. I mean, well, nobody's dying. Nobody's getting sick anymore. Everything's fine. We're going to open everything back up next week. No, we're not. No, we're not. It hasn't got bad yet. It has not reached its peak. It seems like it has reached its peak, but it hasn't. It hasn't. Babies are dying. Children are dying. Elderly people are dying. And now we're flipping a coin to see who we save. Well, she's older. He's younger. So let's go ahead and we give her a ventilator. Send him to the house. Give him some IVUs and some cold tablets. And that should be fine because he's just got some mild symptoms. I don't think it should be that way. I think we should tell the truth. We must tell the truth. Duncan said America would never be the same. I totally agree with that. We were out today, and it was a ghost town in Shreveport. And Cynthia said, I just can't believe this. And she said it more than once. And I can't believe it either because it's like we're in a movie that nobody wanted to be in. And when we walked into Walmart and grocery store, a lot of people had masks and gloves on, especially the elderly. And it almost brings tears to your eyes when you see what's going on because you just, this cannot be happening in America. In other countries maybe, but not in America. But it's here. It's here. And we must begin to take the virus serious. 6.6 million people applied for unemployment benefits last week. So a bit of good news before we get out of here tonight. Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats, and I'm happy about this, are proposing a new bill. Last night I said, I don't believe by the time you get your check, your $1,200 or whatever the case may be, you're probably going to be $3,000 or $4,000 in debt. So when you receive it, it's just like you didn't receive it, because that's how fast it'll go. It's probably already gone now, you know it. They're proposing another bill to, simply put, to do it all over again. They want a second check to be sent out to the American people. I am totally in agreement with that, because this is going to have a very, very nasty economic stain to it. Some people have already lost their jobs. Some will lose their jobs. Some will lose their homes. And they're going to need another check. If it was in my power, as long as it lasts, I would fight hard to make sure the American people receive the check, if not twice a month, at least once a month, until it was over. And those that cannot pay their rent, can't, make the mortgage payments. And incidentally, you still have to pay April's rent. Okay, it's been suspended for now, so which means you can't be evicted. But it doesn't go away. You eventually have to pay it. So if you have the money and you can pay it, don't be stupid. Pay it, because we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And you can rest assured, once this ends, landlords are going to be on your ass to pay that bill. And they will, the courtroom will be full of managers and landlords filing the necessary papers to get your ass out, because they're going to be behind on their bills too. And I can understand that, but don't misunderstand the stimulus package here and what they're telling you. You have to pay April's rent. You don't have to pay it now, but if you can, I advise you to pay it. And I'm hoping, as long as this continues, that landlords, will say, okay, we can't just keep going and not getting any money. Well, whatever the case may be, if you would take whatever that person can give you. Might sound funny, but whatever if they rent is $1,700 a month and they can give you $50, then you take that, because of what's going on. All of us are going to experience some losses with what's going on right now. And yes, that includes loved ones. The federal government continues to be enemy number one to the people of the United States of America. We're dying, people. We're dying. That's the only way I can put it. I could give you sugar coated shit cookies, but that wouldn't be Eddie Mae's board to do that. Shelves are empty and people are working. And I'm going to say this every night. Most of the people that die from this virus would have to die alone, because their loved ones can't be there with them. And that's a sad way to go when you can't be there. The death alone is hurtful, but knowing that you were able to be there, but because of what's going on, you couldn't. God forbid it's a mother or a father. It's devastating. The best thing to do is to follow what the experts are asking or telling us to do. I promise you, and heaven is bagging me up. This is not a game. This is not a rehearsal. This is the real deal. It's as simple as that. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to get worse, I promise you, before it gets better. Parents, if you don't want to wear a mask when you go out, well, that's just super stupid ass. When you out with your children, if you have any love for them, they don't call any shots. If you have any love for them, glove them up and mask them up. Because all that fucking screaming and hollering at a funeral talking about, get up, get up. You know they're not going to get up. You couldn't have loved them because you jeopardized them. You played Russian roulette with their lives. You are the parent, not the kids. They don't make any decision. You do. If you love them, then you protect them. If you don't want to wear a mask, that's fine. But these are your kids. Protect them. And realize this. This is not spring break. Your kids should not be outside playing. Your kids should not be visiting the friends down the street or the friends they go to a school with. This is not spring break. This is not why they're out of school. This is not fun time. The learning don't stop because the school doors are closed. The learning goes on. No, Tasha. No, Juanita. No, you're not going over there. No, I don't give a damn what the parents let them do. Your ass is not going nowhere. Like, get your ass in there, sit down. It's as simple as that. You don't run shit. You don't have no emotions in you. Your emotions don't fucking count. I'm the parent. Protect your children. They don't know what's going on. You have to do that. Because I will have no pity for you when they die. And I know for a fact you let them went out buck ass naked or went here to play or there to play or to a birthday party. The odds are against us right now. They are. They're against us. Save your money. Buy the necessary things you need. The only reason why gas is cheap right now because nobody's going there to goddamn way. But you can rest assured when the shit's in. So I was telling Cynthia that $8 down. Here we go. I love you guys big time. I know you're used to me screaming, yelling, and hollering. And when necessary, it comes out. But, you know, this is not one of those times. Probably wasn't one of my best videos, but it was to inform you tonight and not entertain you. It's as simple as that. Every day we're marked for death. Every day. And even if you stay in your home, the Centers for Disease said it could still knock on your door. It can still knock on your door. Dr. Fauci says we're missing something. And until we can find it, it's going to get worse. People are trying to kill him for telling the truth. White supremacist groups are trying to kill him for going against what Trump is saying. White supremacist groups are asking their members who have been infected with the coronavirus to put their body fluids in a bottle or whatever and spray and throw it on people to infect them. You have to be a very, very diabolical person of self-made fucking misery to sit there and even let a thought like that enter into your goddamn mind. This white folks, y'all don't own this shit. This is not your land. It's not. It's not your land. You don't run shit. Christopher Columbus fucking lied. He was sloppy fucking drunk. You cannot discover what's already inhabited. This is not our land. It's not your land. But if you that unhappy with Negroes and others, here's a thought. Take your ass to the goddamn motherfucking woods. Throw the goddamn virus on your goddamn cells and get the fuck out. That's what you do. You are in control of your own emotions. There is enough going on right now with the coronavirus. Then you low down, a trifling, insignificant, existing just to be existent, pink, pale motherfuckers to come and sit. Let's throw some virus on them. Y'all sad. You need to commit suicide and make the world a better place if you can. If you don't want to throw the coronavirus on you, call me 1-800-231-1811, extension 1. I'll tell you how to do it. You send me $19.95, I'll send you the book. And I guarantee if you follow the instructions, you would die. If you want to go painless, we have a method for that too. Now, money back guarantee. If it don't work, if you try it twice and you don't die, I will personally get on the plane and I will come and knock your goddamn motherfucking ass off of planet Earth and leave your money on the goddamn nightstand for you. I'll do it. I got to get out of here, y'all. I love you. Hold your family. Kiss your kids. Love your kids. This is not a time to say, man, I'm so tired of being in the house. This is family time. Some of us need that. Okay, I can hear you. Because she always said I'm always busy and stuff. But we did family time today. This is family time. This is family time. Find out who your kids are. This ain't the time for you to get there at the dinner table and eat. And Lil Black got a phone. Tasha got a phone. Cornita got one. The dad got one. The mama got one. That's not family time. Put the devices down. God damn. And eat dinner together as a family, because one day it's going to be your last day. And so love, like you know, tonight is my last day on earth. That's what you do. There's a lot of things you can do in your house right now. One more thing before I get out of here. They're asking experts because liquor sales are going up. Is that a problem? We're worried about people maybe drinking too much. Kiss my motherfucking black ass. Kiss my black goddamn ass. Hear me? Come on. Just some dumb shit. Stop being so fucking technical. I'm in the motherfucking house. I need a goddamn drink. I love y'all. We'll see you guys next Monday night, be it the Lord willing, unless something else breaks out important that we feel you all need to know. We love you big time. Thank you for supporting the show. Be it the Lord willing, we'll see you again. Y'all have a good night. Thank you. Okay, honey, I'm through.